had a lot to do with Neemias Queta on the defensive end, having a presence, rebounding the basketball. I thought he was great today, but as a team, another good win, another good defensive performance, which we are sort of getting used to seeing these guys do.
I've always been saying it all season long. You can't allow missing shots or not playing well on the offensive end to affect the way you play on the other end of the floor. You have to make sure that you play. You got to make sure that you're playing exactly the way you need to be playing on the defensive end. You got to be connected. And think about this. Peyton Pritchard had 0 points tonight, and we were still able to get a win, And, I want to say 3 out of the last 4 games, he hasn't been playing particularly well, but we still found ways to win. And that just shows not only the coaching staff, but also it shows exactly what this team is made of. Other guys can step up and make an impact on winning.
Yeah, I mean, one of those guys, Scal already brought him up, and we got to get into it, is Neemias Queta. The fact that he had 27 points, 17 rebounds. I mean, the rebounds, we've seen the massive rebound night from him before, but to do both of them, to put together the career-high 27 points, what do you got?
Dick Light just sent this to us. First Celtic with at least 27 points, 17 rebounds, 10 offensive boards, and 3 blocks. Just a note on that, Bill Russell, when he played, they didn't track blocks.
Right.
But, I mean, look at the company. Look at the elite centers of this organization. And, 27-17, 10 offensive boards, and 3 blocks. He's the only Celtic to do it. He was all over the place right from the start of this game, and he brought it. And, every single game.
Yeah, you called it at the beginning of this in pregame. You were saying he needs to be double-double if we're going to move forward and make a deep playoff run. And, I mean, we're not expecting him to give us 27 and 17 every single night in 3 blocks. We're not expecting that. But we do expect him to give us opportunity to be a double-double guy and also protect the rim. But on top of that, I got to look at organizations sometimes, right? And so I'm looking sideways at the Sacramento Kings. How do you have this guy and don't develop him? We get him, we develop him, and now look what he is. Look what he has become. And to me, it's just like a lot of organizations give up too soon on players, and they don't allow them to develop because it's right now almost like the Instagram world. Like, I need it right now. Instantly, it's DoorDash. I can't go make my own food because it's going to take too long. I need somebody to deliver it to me. And so I'm looking at it like that. Like, how did you let this diamond in the rough slide through your hands? But I'm so glad that you did, because he slid right to us, and he's paying dividends for the Boston Celtics.
And he showed tremendous growth from the start of the season to where he is now, Scal. I know that you also loved what you saw defensively. I know that Josh put some plays together.
Oh, nice.
About there
was a sequence at the end of the game with any player I've ever talked to. And, Eddie, there's a lot of bigs that have dinosaur brains. Like, Queta is not one of them.
And he plays with a tremendous effort as well, right? I mean, when you look at the way he's just all over the place, you just look at that sequence. I'm like tired just watching him do that.
He's got an unlimited motor. You could probably say when he first started playing last year, I was like, man, he's getting isolated on an island. They're moving him away from the basket. He's in better shape. He's moving his feet better. Like, when he's more aggressive. Defensively, he's a problem. He's rebounding the ball. Like, he's just been. It's amazing how much he has developed this season. First 5 games of the season, I thought we were in trouble when we lost. Man, I was like, why don't we sign Luke Cornett back? But Queta has just completely exceeded my expectations, which I can say that about, probably 75% of the Celtic players. From what I saw to where they are right now, and just a reminder that you're not a finished product when you come to Boston. You continue to get better, and then you end up having like a remarkable game or a remarkable season like Queta has had.
And one of those guys you can probably put on that list that you were putting together there was Baylor Shireman.
No question.
12 points. There's wondering if he was going to play. He's got the fracture in the thumb. Obviously gave the thumbs up celebration after a couple threes tonight, including one at the very end there. But Eddie, what did you see from Baylor Shireman, who continues to stay in the starting lineup and produce?
I always say defense leads to offense. When you locked in defensively, it becomes a whole lot easier on the offensive end.
His athleticism, feel for the game, and defense is off the charts. Great job by Joe Mazzulla inserting him into the starting lineup. When there's been different guys that have played that position, it feels like Baylor Shireman has really has a hold on that starting spot. I don't know how it's going to be when Jayson Tatum comes back or what it's going to look like. I just know right now, like, he's one of the most impactful players on our team because it feels like he's always guarding the best player on the other team. He's doing a great job. He's knocking down shots. And now he's more aggressive, like getting to the paint and moving the ball. So just another guy that's continued to exceed expectations.
Yeah, and another guy, too, is in his second year. They took at the end of the first round just a couple of years ago and making contributions across the board. So, again, the Celtics get the win here 114-98. Another one we want to get into is Jaylen Brown, and he continues to just put up the numbers, give the game whatever it needs, Eddie, however you want to say it. But Jaylen Brown with 27 points, 7 boards, 7 assists in this one. Check that, 8 boards, 8 assists in this final tally there. But your thoughts on Jaylen?
My thoughts are the same thoughts I had in pregame, is that at the end of the day, he came into this season prepared and understanding exactly what he had to do to quietly lead a franchise. They didn't think he could be a number one option. He's showing that he could be the number one option, but not only the number one option, but go guard the other number one option if he has to, you know, at times, and shut them down and guard multiple positions, not only one. Not only a guard, but he can also guard centers. Like if he has to get switched off. So I'm not surprised at anything he's doing. I mean, the man's on a mission, and we should all understand that. We should all have understood that from the beginning of this season when we seen how he was playing.
Big time shot maker, can make shots anywhere on the floor. But more importantly to me is his ability to dissect the different defenses thrown at him, whether it's blitzing him, the drop coverage, late switch. Like, he's handling all the coverages. So that is, to me, and when I watch guys, it usually takes a couple years for them to get it. Look at Tyrese Maxey. It took him like 2.5 years of like them kind of giving him the keys where he's like, okay, I finally figured this thing out. Jaylen Brown, it took him like 5 games at the beginning of the year. He's seen all the defenses, and he has a shot for it. And I think he's doing a great job of getting other people involved.
All right, and once again, he got everyone involved tonight, including Baylor Shireman, who's standing by with Abby Chin back at TD Garden.
Baylor, congratulations. This game was won on the boards. What is it about this group that no one is afraid to do the dirty work?
Yeah, I think, you know, in order for us to be great, we have to win the margins, as Joe always talks about. And, you know, that's rebounding, that's getting on the floor, that's protecting the rim. And we do it collectively as a unit. And that's what we had to do tonight to win.
Led by Neemias Queta tonight. What kind of force was he in this game?
He was everywhere. He was everywhere. Defensively on the glass, offensively on the glass, finishing at the rim, making the right plays, kicking it to people. He was fantastic tonight.
Fun to watch. How'd the thumb hold up?
It's holding up. You know, it's not great, but it's doable, and I'll do anything to be out here playing.
You are the king of the celly. Did you come up with a thumbs up yourself?
Yeah, that was me. I told the guys I'm gonna do it. So I thought it was all right. So
I mean, you did all right out there, Baylor. Thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you. Appreciate you guys.
Yeah, that one could stick. You could see a lot of thumbs up at TD Garden after Baylor.
Can we get a giant foam thumb?
You already got the T-shirts coming, don't you? I can feel you.
I got something I'm working on in the lab.
Yeah, that's not a surprise.
Shout out
there.
Boston Sports.
All right, 114-98, your final quick break. Back with more here on Celtics Postgame Live.
Celtics Postgame.